All right, hi. As you said, I'm Matt, I'm from PERKii. Now, we've all been brought up to remember that if it tastes bad, it's probably good for you. Yet, why the world and Australia all grow onto the fad of health and wellness continues that market and driven primarily of active ingredients like probiotics. We're all still guilty of being that squinty-faced childhood self and being led by taste predominantly over health. So, as we all need, as a society, to get a better, healthier mainstream, probiotics do face three continuous issues. One, survival through the stomach to get to the gut where they do their work. They don't survive well in products on shelf. And finally, a real limitation when it comes to formats, so powders, pills, and now more recently into what is quite orientated to be bitter food and beverage. Now, enter PERKii and ProGel technology. This form of technology allows us to encapsulate probiotics and active ingredients at a microscopic level in a GRAS format that is commercially scalable. This gives us 3 points of difference and advantage. First one is making sure the probiotics get to the gut, protecting them in that acidic environment. Second of all is stability on shelf, which is a real advantage both to consumers and retailers. And third is that by providing this stable environment for probiotics, gives us more flexibility on flavour, format and ingredients. Excitingly, when it comes from a commercial point of view, this doesn't just stop when it comes to one form of beverage. We've got a range of working into different categories, but also into different areas. So whether it's human food and beverage, into animals, nutraceuticals, and utilising different actives, creating more revenue paths. But as a proof of concept, to make sure that we're on the right track, we identified a white space, understanding what we looked at from functionally healthy to what we've talked about just recently when it comes to that more tasty yet sugar-orientated or limited ingredient facet. Basically looking for something like this. We created PERKii Probiotic Water, making sure that we delivered armour-plated probiotic, over 1 billion in every serve, but importantly, understanding the market and testing the idea of making sure that the drink delivered on a non-sparkling, low-calorie, all-natural fruit ingredients, fruit flavours. That was also backed up by an understanding that this brings a retail advantage, not just consumer. So we looked at the idea that we're opening up to a mainstream, which meant we were bringing in more incremental sales by an appeal that was both to male, female, old and young. Oh, gone backwards. There we go. Importantly, we've got traction to really prove this concept, both by who's invested and got behind us back home, including our leading science and research organisation. We've had continual growth over the last 2 years and have just launched into the 2 major retailers back home, which present 79% of the retail market. What that means for us, for our next step, is development, and it is looking at the United States, Japan and South Korea as 3 key markets. Importantly, with this global and innovative product and the idea that it's both protected from this IP and also be able to scale, we're looking now for strategic partners, so understanding people that can help us from a production and cross-category, but also into that geographic challenge and next step. So, I hope you enjoyed and it leaves you with a good gut feel. Come say hello and we've got some drinks out the back. Thank you.